Checking that mic.
Yeah, we got it, buddy. He's checking the mic, guys.
Hey, man, we back. Hold on, let me see what episode we on. Because we didn't got a few out in the past few months, huh?
Check. Yeah, buddy. Rolling like a big shot. Chevy tuned up. NASCAR pit stop. Hey, while he does that, check this out, guys. That vinyl player really works. It's kind of lit. All right.
Damn. How do I?
Have you been adding them to the playlist? The Free Game Friday playlist?
Shit, I don't know.
You think they could even hear that? Oh, we got a blank cam audio.
All right, well, fuck it.
Here, I'll do it. Give me 2 seconds.
It don't matter what episode we on. Whatever episode we on, here's another one, nigga. Add it to the pot.
Yes, sir.
We ain't did one in a little while, though, so I think our last one was with Reezy.
Yep. What prompted you to want to do a free game today?
Because we were having a great conversation in the car about how, like, writers don't get credited as main artists or artists really at all on anything they write, even if they write the whole thing, like, top to bottom. Mm-hmm. And it just made me think of, like, damn, we do it for the producers, and the producer is a songwriter. Mm-hmm. And then I was like, oh, no, the industry doesn't. We just do. Right? And it just prompted me down that whirlpool of like, man, bro, if everybody got credited, everybody wins. But it made me think, like, as a writer, unless someone is looking for that specific thing, they'll never find you. Most people don't dig through credits or wait for credits. But when you're put into that primary, you know, it puts you in front of people's faces. And next thing you know, if I see your name 20 times, 10 times, 5 times next to songs I love, I'm finna be like, oh shit.
Right.
And then that helps your career. It's like, imagine if on Scissor Song Snooze it said Leon Thomas 2.
Ooh.
That would help his journey so much because he's contributed to the journey as well. The song wouldn't be what it is without, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, if we all just get, you know, the credit for the work that we do, you know, in a way that's displayable, not just a credit sometimes, but in the same way that we treat the artists, I think it'll be really, really cool. And I get it, some instances there's 10 writers and it's like, but I mean, we've done things where there's a bunch of niggas on it and you see a whole bunch of names.
What I was thinking too, if they just made the credits clickable, like that helps too. Even if you did have 10 writers and when you scroll down how it says all the names, if you could click Leon Thomas I
think they are on some, because I've seen that on some.
Oh, where you can Tidal, like click and go to them?
And then Tidal created this like songs written by, you know, for writers.
Yeah.
But like I say, even that is like, they're not in the main. You gotta go looking.
Yeah.
Right.
I love what. I guess it kind of goes against it a little bit, but whatever. Like what we were saying, like it doesn't. Who wrote it is very important, but it's equally important who performed it. Like if Michael Jackson wasn't the one to perform Thriller, it wouldn't have hit the same.
And that's the truth beyond music. If the WWE didn't have John Cena to play out the role they wrote, it wouldn't be the same.
Right.
If Jordan Peele didn't have Daniel play out the role he wrote, it wouldn't be the same.
Yeah.
But Jordan Peele's name still on that motherfucker, you know? So it's like in every field that should be relevant because the writer is just as important as whoever's delivering the message that the writer wrote.
I guess like I feel like the main thing people are going to say is like, oh, well, you know, there's so many people to credit and the list is going to be so long.
That should never be an issue.
But if they made it like 2 tiers of like, because you know how it says like the song name and then below it says the artist. If it had another tier that was like songwriter. So that way it's like you still see everybody, but like, because I just always think like they're going to try to come up with a reason why. And it's like, okay, well then just do this.
Yeah, it should be more accessible and more clickable, just like the artist's name. Because if I go on Spotify, just click the producer on it, like you can with a Hokage Simon and go into his whole catalog. And then you go see everything he's done. And that's the thing why it's like, it's not that it can't be done because we do it every single day. You know?
It can be built. It's just
but
it
just had me thinking of like, it just helps benefit everybody. You know, I was writing, my first million stream song was a Tessie song. And you know, like, that could have led to so many other opportunities and things, but my name wasn't on it, you know, and people didn't know. And it's like, if they do, it opens the door for way more to exist that someone don't have to go seeking. Like, there's some people who love those songs who probably would have wanted to make songs like those, but they didn't even understand the path to get into that because it's hidden within credits, you know?
It's like why was ghostwriting even you know, like they just created ghostwriting to, like, why hide the writer?
Artists, because the same thing that exists today, like anything that back then they scoped every artist to be perfect. Like it was like, you're a star, and stars have certain qualities. You feel me? A star doesn't need all that. This is a star. You feel me? And I feel like a lot of things, like a lot of crediting issues and shit, derived in an era that existed prior to digital. Like, I understand that some things were a certain way back then because there was so much physical. It was just a different process. But now we talking about clickable things. We talking about aesthetics. Like, shit don't exist today because
aesthetically you didn't want to do it. Or maybe, you know, maybe they're just copying and pasting the old way and they just don't really update it because somebody who doesn't have a ghostwriter, or B, doesn't do the ghostwriting, like, you don't really think about those things.
Right. And rappers have ego. Yeah. Singers don't, though, because everyone knows that most singers don't write their songs. Like, that's a common thing. Like, everyone knows. Yeah. Everyone fucking knows that. You feel me? But with rappers, like, if that Drake song said Drake, Quentin Miller, that would have changed Quentin Miller's career. Instead of it ruining his career in a way because it's like, oh, y'all niggas was acting weird, you was writing it. And it's like, no, I just wrote a song that I liked, and then he was dope. He was the dopest person for it. He killed it. And it's that should never be a bad thing.
It doesn't hurt anybody's career to share that. Like, because it don't take away the fact that it was Drake who performed it. Like, you still love Drake's song written by.
Some niggas try to be like, well, you can't be the greatest because you had a nigga write for you. And it's like, no, I used a song that a nigga wrote. Right. But I wrote these 100 songs too with my own mind. Like, that's not a knock.
It's like, you can't be the greatest because Splash be filming your shit. It's like, it's still me in front of the camera.
That's literally exactly what it is. That's exactly
you're not that great of a performer because somebody else is filming you so we can see it. It's like, it's still me performing, bro.
And it's like, bro, it just can't be real because you think of every legacy band. The Temptations didn't write none of those records. Right. Michael Jackson wrote some of those records. You feel me? But like all of our greatest acts in history, Whitney Houston did not write those records.
Bro, it doesn't change. Like, if you performed it, we've seen people, like, think about like car karaoke and shit. Like, bro, some people when they sing a song, it's like, you not the one. Like, who sang that? Let them do it, you know? It really is dependent on who performed it for how far it can go.
On God, man, yeah. There's so many like lanes and artists where it's just like, bro, none of that matters. You feel me? Not to the point where you shouldn't credit a nigga. Like, having a ghost writer is like insane. And I be thinking about that. Like, I don't ever want to be a ghost writer with anything I do. Like, I want to be accredited and celebrated for what I did. Like, if I help elevate something and make it better, don't act like I wasn't there. You feel me? It's like, nigga, this is a great
You're
thing.
In the credits.
This is a great thing. We could do 100 more, you know? Like, you shouldn't act like a nigga not there because of whatever. That just don't make no sense. But it's like, if we able to start changing the narrative and the feeling around that and being okay with saying, yeah, Jason did the lighting for that and then he did this for that, it's like,
you already did that. Like, with... Bro, people wasn't putting a whole long list of credits in the captions.
No, you scroll down, you see it. You see it, nigga.
Right, they was not doing that before.
I made it such a thing that some niggas be like looking for now. And they like, hey, you didn't? And it's like, that's never been a thing.
Right. I just got this off real quick, bro. It's all right. Right. You know who did it. Damn, right. I love when we be like, we're going to change the industry standard behind something and then do.
It's a must. It needs changing because everything is outdated, and it's like you have some writers who have written huge songs and they still can't like go get more. Like, they can only get a certain kind of work because it has to find them. And it's like, nigga, there's a reason they put certain shit in the front of the grocery store so you don't have to go looking for it because they know if you just see it, you gonna want it.
all them M&Ms and Reese's Pieces.
If I had to go look for M&Ms, you might not get them. Right. But it's like when you put it there, it's like really, it's convenient.
Y'all be saying Reese's Pieces or Reese's Pieces?
Reese's. I just say Reese's. Yeah.
You know the little, like, you know the ones I'm talking about
Reese's.
though, right? The ones that are almost like M&Ms? The Pieces.
We don't eat them.
Oh. Never mind.
Black.
You want to talk about what we've been up to for the last couple of days?
Yeah.
Are we allowed to? Is that a thing?
I don't know, actually. So you should talk about what we've been up to, because I can't.
Wait, are we going to get in trouble?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. We just couldn't share the set, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, we ain't never care about no NDA. No, just like
On Jehovah. Hey, I seen some shit. I was reading some shit, like, at the end of a lot of the contracts, it says you can't disclose the amount and the terms and any of that shit.
Boy.
And I be disclosing all that shit.
And nobody ever say nothing.
Like, it's just like, nigga, shut up.
Right. Do you feel like
it be that shit, like you, that ghostwriting shit, like you trying to hide it so nobody get treated fair? Because if I tell them what I did with this and how it worked and what I got paid, then you got to pay him fairly. You feel me? Or you got to pay me fairly. But the nigga is like, nah, don't. Bro, that shit weird.
Right? It's like you don't want nobody to know what the last nigga got so that way you can do the next nigga different. And it's like, just tell them why. That's us.
Just tell them we don't think you're worth what we gave LaRussell.
You just don't want to explain. That really be it. And I get it because we don't be wanting to explain everything, but it's like somebody you doing business with, communication should never be something you're avoiding.
We don't want to explain things to people that we're not trying to do something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know?
Like, but when you doing business, communication is like, bro, I'm with whatever. What you want to talk about?
Right.
So that way we can make sure the business feels good on all parts. But you want to hide shit for what?
But we've been working with Honda on some really dope shit. On some really dope shit that we're excited about. We got to be really creative. They've had a really great crew.
They're great. And Platoon, they're great.
Shout out Platoon. So we just recently met the team at Platoon, which is a independent line under Apple, independent distribution and label services company under Apple. And they're really, really dope. Yeah. Who knew Apple had their own shit?
On me. Yeah, they're great. You know what's cool too is like the last couple of weeks, you've been getting a lot of like brand, well, not the last couple of weeks, it's been all year, but a lot of brand opportunities.
It's been growing.
Yeah.
Tiny Desk.
And I was thinking, we haven't even talked about, did we talk about Tiny Desk? We did because we just were with Larizzi. But did we really talk about it? Anyway, you've been getting a lot of brand opportunities, and I think that that's really cool to like speak on, because people probably thought like, oh, he's at 1.5 million and he's an influencer and he probably gets all these brand sponsorship things, and it's like, no, like we don't really do those that often. They really are like, we pick and choose which ones fit and feel good, and if the team is great, and yeah.
And even this one, like, it wasn't originally for us. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Like something fell out and we got pitched and it was like, oh, we like that, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, they don't always come. And what's up with that axis? Did it switch?
What's up with that axis? You good, shawty?
Is it shot back though? Is it shot back? Oh, okay. Motherfucker on ghost mode.
He said, don't forget I'm here. You know how they said DJI keeps a copy of everything you film on their products? They like, we here. Bro, why last night did I hear something knocking and I don't know what it was and nobody was at my door? Anyway, what was we talking about?
Yeah, the brand shit don't come often.
Right?
Especially at this level. Like, and I feel like that's why, because it's so much. They do so much to even make these be even possible or take place. It's just not worth doing if you're not going to do it all the way.
They do. I guess they come, but we don't really take a lot. Because I was thinking like a lot of people want to be influencers and all this stuff because like you get paid to just create content.
Nigga snoring, bro.
Was he asleep?
Go to bed, nigga.
Oh, you stuffy. I thought he was asleep with his eyes open for a second.
He's sleeping with his ass up.
All right. They don't know who we're talking about. It's okay.
Oh, Malachi.
It's tissue in the bathroom though if you need some.
Niggas always playing.
Oh, me. He wasn't, guys. He really wasn't.
We had some questions there. Let's get some of these.
We do. Yep. Okay, this one. Oh, that's perfect. This is about syncs, deals, shows, etc. Oh, just kidding. We don't have no more of them. General advice. In reference to episode 8, is that artist handbook still in the works?
Episode 8.
Right.
That's many. I was just going through all my old files on my Windows computer the other day, and I found like hella shit that I just used to use and playing, and it made me think about that artist handbook.
I want to do it.
And then I was like, man, fuck that. I be wanting to do it sometimes, but it's like, yeah, it's just so much information and it's ever evolving. And
but then we could just keep it update. Like, I want to do it. Let me organize all the work, but just like help me. Because I feel like you helped me with so much stuff that it's like, I don't even know all of the sites and things that we used early on. Like, I have a small list, but I just know there's so much more that you taught me that came from a website that you never sent me to because you already got the information, you know? But we're not going to be able to give it to people verbatim. So if we just tell people where to look and where you got stuff from.
Yeah, just like a resource book.
Yeah, like a resource guide. Ned's Declassified, school survival guide, you know? So yes, it is. But, you know, it'll come when it's done.
Artist resource guide.
I like that.
LaRussell Declassified Artist Resource Guide. GC Declassified Artist Resource Guide.
I like that. Right? It's Free Game Friday. But organized.
Free game.
But organized, because these are
Artist
everywhere.
Resource Guide.
Yep.
Free game.
Yep.
Pay what you want.
Okay. What gems do you feel like you gained from touring with T-Pain?
I think the biggest gem I gained from touring with T-Pain was how to perform. Like learning how to implement nostalgia throughout the set.
Ooh, that was the
and
gem.
adding covers and songs that people are familiar with, because they don't know you, but if they're familiar with what you're singing, they feel like they know you now and you win them over. Also making the set move, roller coaster, you know. Sometimes you start slow and go down and then bring it up, and then like roller coaster. It can't just be a steady thing the whole way. It has to move so they can move and change
It can't
emotions.
be all hype or all moody. The whole it's got to be.
I think a show can be all hype though, if it's your show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like for the new ones.
Yeah, I think if you're opening for somebody, you have to give variety. But some people don't have that. They only have one.
But that's why I think that
music.
it's good that you did covers and other things, because I was like, there's variety in the world.
Yeah.
You know, you can get there.
Yeah, implement nostalgia and cover songs that people are familiar with. You know, whether you just use a hook and add your verses, but use songs that people know and implement that into your set to win over crowds. Make sure it's flowing and moving like a roller coaster. It shouldn't be static. And then third, communicate. Which I didn't necessarily learn from T-Pain. I just learned from being on that tour. Communication is key. Like, if you speak to the crowd and they feel like they're in it with you and engaged, and you ask them questions, you know, I have a thing where I always ask for the area code, and that just, you know, that gets people going and shit. So communicating and get them involved with the show where they feel like they have input, and then bringing people from the crowd onto the stage and onto the show, because it makes the whole crowd feel like they won because they cheer for that person. Like, you know, that's a member in their team.
I was telling Mally too, like, telling stories behind the songs. I noticed that when I did my last rhythm and poetry event, I introed all of my pieces with why I wrote them, or what was going on, or what's it about, or what it means to me. And it makes people invested in the song than when you perform it, because they're like, oh, I know the backstory behind this. I feel like I can relate now.
It's why that GT Coupe clip keeps going viral.
Exactly, because you always talk about it. And that was what I told him. I was like, that GT Coupe clip goes because he tells people.
Context sells.
Yep.
Like, me and you could have the same exact product, but if I say we both have a glove, and you say glove for sale, and mine say glove from 1983 worn by Michael Jackson during his tour of this, my shit gonna sell for
same exact glove.
Same exact glove, but it's gonna sell for X amount and faster, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, you have to give it meaning.
Context.
Yeah. It's good. I only got a few more.
We'll just wipe them out.
What do you think it takes to make it as an artist nowadays? Maybe like top 5 or just 5. It doesn't have to be the top 5 or 3.
I think it takes a lot of passion. You have to really, really love and enjoy the craft and what you do. Like, love it enough to do it through being broke, through being sad, through being mad. Like, if something can discourage you from doing it, you probably don't love it enough. I've went through every emotion and experience on this journey, and the only reason I never quit is because I love it more than any of those other things. So passion. Second is consistency, which can be derived from passion. If you love it enough, you just naturally, like, you know, I can't get up and work out every day. I can, but I don't, because I don't have the same passion for that as I do for music. You know, I could get up and make a song every day if that's my, you know. Charisma.
Ooh,
Charisma.
yeah.
I think that's one of the biggest things. Like, you could have ass music, but if people just like you as a human, you just light, and people just like being around you, and they like your smile, and they like you. You gonna win. Your songs could suck. you could. They could suck, and people gonna fuck with you because they just like, man, I just like your spirit. I just fuck with you. That's a big thing. Yeah, I think those 3 is like core to making it as an artist. If you could tackle those 3, and hard work. Like diligence, like hard work. It take a lot to do this. Like, I commend Saweetie for coming the other day and like staying till it was done and sitting in that living room and rehearsing over and over and coming down and having to shoot so many things. You know, like it takes that, and that's the part that people don't see when they see people who are successful or made it, and they like, oh, they don't this, they don't that, and it's like, yeah. Well, they don't have this or that, but they work harder than you. Right. You're not willing to do what I'm willing to do to get the job done. And I think with those 4, right, it ain't too. It's not too much of nothing you can't obtain or accomplish.
We didn't even talk about the Saweetie shoot.
Yeah,
and that was great.
Big Saweetie, that was a great time. It was great. Very insightful too. I feel like we got to meet a really genuine version of her, and it was fun. Like, niggas just had a ball, right? And even like to what you were saying with being willing to sit in the living room and rehearse the songs and do what she needed to do. Like, she always had a light spirit and a smile. It didn't matter like how, if she had to do it over or anything. It was like, nah, and she wanted it. Like, I kept telling her I thought she was finna bark on the mic. Like, she was getting so excited and into it. Like, you could tell she really loves it. Yeah. And that's so important. Like, people really, they don't see it, and they'll knock somebody on the internet all day, but they don't see how much somebody's willing to put in. And it's like, niggas are not great moments of just word. Right. Like, they just so negative. Like, even on, you know, these posts, like, that's the shit I hate, because it's like, you make niggas like that make a nigga not even want to improve or do nothing. But that's why I said it take passion, because you got to be able to go forward without walking away in the midst of all these bitch ass niggas and just kind of keep on walking. And it's just like, that shit be a lot sometimes. But being able to walk through anything that comes your way because you want it that bad, like, niggas knock you for getting better. Right. Like, bro, what? Right. It's improvement. Right. Niggas mad at improvement.
Bruh, I had posted something when I was like doing my consultation clips, and I was like, be willing to like keep posting, and it's gonna keep getting better as you go. And somebody commented and was like, why? So people can make fun of me because my shit's not up to par yet, and now I'm just gonna wait till it's better, and da-da-da. And it's like, bro, you're so concerned that people is gonna knock you for trying, and it's like you don't acknowledge every fan that you gain along the way because you are trying. Like, there'd be so much more love than hate in the comments. Yeah,
and that's what makes the greats. The niggas who willing to go back to the court after a nigga swatted the shit out of him and was like, nigga, you ass.
After you missed the game-winning shot.
The nigga who willing to go back to court every single time until you know you bust it, like. Those are the niggas who win. You feel me? The nigga who like, I'm just not gonna go hoop no more.
All right.
It's gonna be the nigga who making fun of the niggas who really balling and hooping.
Right.
You feel me?
All right. Well, somebody
It's
else
tough
gonna
in
be
this
on that
music
court.
shit though. Like I be seeing some comments say like, bro, even after this last Marshan shit, I was like, oh yeah, fuck the seat and shit.
Yeah.
Like I always come back to
hate
that
them
space
niggas.
because it's just like, bro, it ain't no way.
Yeah.
I don't know. Man, I just be like, who raised these niggas? Like, even as young niggas, when we coming up, like, your family talk hella shit and you talk shit and you be mean, but we wasn't outwardly, like,
We
even
wasn't
if you at
hating.
school, like, knocking niggas and talking shit because you don't know no better is one thing. It wasn't like this, though. Like,
Yeah.
these niggas is like, it's like weird, nasty, and it's like, bro, nigga, you not okay. You
Yeah.
a weird ass nigga. And it's just, I don't know what the fuck gotten into people, bro. It's the phones and the food and everything, but some of these niggas is really and the women too. It's like, bro, you gotta be lost to get on this internet and talk like this about somebody you don't even fucking know, about something you don't even know nothing about.
Bro, and I really feel like they just don't have nothing going on for their lives. Like, that's the only way that you could get on the internet and see something and then fix your fingers to hate. It's like you didn't have nothing going on. You was just sitting here doom scrolling, and your brain is turning to mush. And now you like, it'd be nasty. But yeah, every time I see somebody with them kind of comments, I just feel bad for them. Like I go and I look at their page, and I'm just like, damn.
But
Damn.
man,
You poor guy.
sometimes it shows
Bruh,
you
right. They be on private.
and it shows you how a lot of these platforms be like soulless because they don't even understand that they've cultivated that kind of base. And it sucks when you see it, because when I post as an artist, like I seldomly get that on my page.
Nah.
It had to be extremely viral.
It's somebody
and
who
even
don't
then,
follow you.
It's still seldom. It's only these platforms who are
Yeah.
like, so like you could tell they didn't put no soul and no heart into it, because it's like, how the fuck did all these niggas get here? How'd you attract all these niggas?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like everybody walked in your house and was like, oh yeah, this is a good place to shit.
Do you think
You literally built a crib. That's what that's what them kind of pages is. It's like everybody feels so comfortable.
Do you think it's
shitting
like
here.
It's like because they're like faceless? You know, like people are tied to your light and to you as a person. And even me, like on my page, I don't get a lot of hate because it's like, bro, people are tied to me as a person. I'm somebody that they can relate to. But when it's like a faceless place, people don't really have a lot of respect for it. You know, you go to a public park or playground and people will leave their trash and they'll have a barbecue and they'll just leave everything out there. But if they was at their cousin's house or their mama crib or something, it's like, you gonna pick up that trash and you're gonna clean up after yourself because you respect the person's space who this is. But when it be like a public space, people just like, I feel like they assume somebody else gonna do it.
I think it depends on the
How
kind
you
of
was
people,
raised. Yeah.
the kind of people going into the space.
Yeah.
Because there's some parts we go to that's like, man, this shit really beautiful and lovely, and you don't see none of that.
Right.
You feel me?
Because somebody coming in and cleaning up after it all the time.
They created a space for which that respect exists. You feel me?
Yeah. And I feel like back to due diligence, it's like as a platform, you have the same way we have. Like over the last few years of building your platform, we blocked a lot of niggas.
Yeah.
Your block list
More
long,
to come. More to come.
right? And that's all you got to do. Like we don't even let the hating ass comments sit. If it's some outrageous shit, I'm gonna delete your comment. I'm gonna block you. And I'm gonna go on about my day.
Yeah.
But they don't do that on their platforms.
And I got to be done more.
Like we really got to bully the
I be trying to
haters.
let shit slide sometimes because I'm like, bro, niggas are retarded, but yeah, you got to do that more. Like it's like, no, bro, you're not allowed here.
Why would I want you around?
Yeah.
You you already showed a red flag. Why would I let you stay? It's like a nigga walking to your crib and seeing food on the table and putting it in his pocket. It's just looking around and you're like, nah, it's good, bro. Come in the rest of the house. What?
Man, leave Mally alone. Oh yeah, you don't put it in your pocket, you put it in your mouth.
And this has been another episode. Now I'm playing. We got 2 more questions, and I want you to answer this. When will your song with Snoop be out?
It's up to Uncle Snoop.
Uncle Snoop?
It's up to Uncle Snoop. Uncle Snoop.
When it's coming
you
out?
Hear him? When that song coming out? He just dropped the album.
He did.
Yeah. We need to drop that motherfucker though.
He did. All right.
God.
Last one. Bring us home. Once you're filling arenas and touring with other artists, are you still going to be able to honor Gold Card members?
Yep. That was our whole purpose of making the Gold Card, you know, so that is a possibility. So it's like I can't do it on shows that isn't my shows, of course. That just doesn't make sense. But on shows that's our shit, and when we booking out the arenas, yes.
This is a great time to answer this, too.
Purpose and goal.
If you see a show and it is through the What's TBA website, it is our show. And that means as a Gold Card member, you are allowed to go to that show. If you can put in an offer through the What's TBA website, it's our show. As a Gold Card member, you can come. If it's not through that platform, it's probably not our show, and we don't have control over the ticketing. I get that question a lot, and I feel like that's the easiest way.
On Jehovah.
Yep.
What else we got?
We did the Marshan Lynch thing. You kind of touched on that.
Oh, yeah. Come on, Splash Boy.
He's over there asleep, sucking on his thumb.
That wasn't his thumb.
That wasn't his thumb. What was
Flip
it?
that thing.
What was it?
You want me to share?
They got his baby's pacifier in his mouth.
No, don't need to share. You don't need to share no more jokes.
Hey. Yeah, that Marshan Lynch shit was many. Hey, that was a special moment, too, because Splash was having a rough day.
Were you having a... Oh, yeah.
Yep.
We should talk about that.
We should.
I feel like that's like a really... That's a big moment.
That's real for artists, though.
That's real.
You feel me? That people don't understand. Like, when you outside, you navigating the world, and some niggas in the world is just irrational and nigging and acting a fool, and you still got to deal with it with grace and go back to your day. And it was dope to see Splash work through all that day, because you could see all this shit was just really getting to him and bothering him. But my niggas still showed up to that Marshan Lynch shoot and executed, and we ended up going viral the very next day. We shot that Marshan Lynch video less than 12 hours before release.
One take.
Literally.
One take.
Literally.
And I don't
One
mean
take.
like one take like no cuts. I mean, that was the first shot that we did. And that was the only shot we did.
You heard me?
You hear me?
And left. That's
And
crazy.
then packed
Shout
up
out
and
Cal
left.
Berkeley for opening them doors up.
Right?
Man.
Bringing them carts out. That was really a dope moment, because when we were leaving in the morning to just go hang, because Marshawn invited us out to shoot for his show, and he didn't even tell me what I was going to do. He didn't even know what I was going to do. He was just like, just pull up. So we was down, and I remember saying that day, like, I don't know if we're going to get it today or not, but let's just go. And us being around, you know, is worth something. It's going to do something to the shoot. I just want to meet him. I fuck with the nigga, so let's just go do it. And us showing up and doing that, he made sure, you know, that we didn't leave without getting something in return as well. And we ended up getting that clip, which I feel like was worth everything.
Yeah.
Everything. That moment was huge.
You
Being
know,
able to kick it and break bread was worth it.
Right. I have an actual question about that too. Like, why do you feel like, as an artist, that's necessary to just? You may not get shit in return. Like, there'll be plenty more times where we'll be in an instance like that, and have been before, and we didn't get shit in return. But like, why do you feel like it's important to still take steps like that with niggas you fuck with, or artists you fuck with, or just people? Like, why do you feel
Because
like it's important?
I narrow everything down to, like, there's two levels I tackle things, right? Human, business. For me, Marshawn was a human experience. So I would do that regardless of if I wasn't an artist, I would want to do that, because it's like, nah, I fuck with this nigga. I grew up hearing my auntie say, oh yeah, I used to work with his mom. You feel me?
Yep.
Like at Long's with my granny, you know, like that. It ain't no level of business that could be handled that would make me feel any other way, you know? So with shit like that, for me, it's just, I'm not even thinking about it with that mind. The human in me is like, I fuck with this nigga so tough, I'm showing up regardless, it don't matter, you know? And then some things you have to tackle with the business mind, and it's like, bro, we wouldn't even kick it if there wasn't no business involved, you feel me? So for that, those are just human moments where, like, bro, yeah, I base it off of that.
Nigga, I'm a.
Because sometimes you ain't getting something in return. That's the thing that niggas have to really understand. And sometimes the return is far out. Sometimes you ain't getting it back that day. It's just you don't know when you're going to get the ROI on that.
And it's important to like move into spaces without expectation of a return. Like that'll really sour the energy being somebody who's like, oh, okay, God. So what am I going to get? Or when do I get what it's like, bro, be cool. Like building is the return.
I know what you're going to get. Nothing from me ever again. That's what you're going to get. That's exactly what you're going to get with that energy. Nothing from me ever again.
And also I feel like it's good to like not look at what another nigga did for somebody else and be like, well, why can't I get that? Because it's like, bro, a lot of shit is earned. Like I wouldn't like just being transparent and honest. Like I got friends and cousins who would wonder why I wouldn't go spend that amount of time with them just on some let's just see what happened type shit. And it's because like not even going into it with a business mindset, but it's like, you feel me? Like it's like, bro, if I'm gonna spend 6 hours doing something and you didn't like earn the time for me to spend my 6 hours with you, why do you feel obligated for me to do that for you? You know?
Right.
And it's like, that's why I was really interested in that. Cause it's like, we really genuinely get questions from niggas like, well, why can't y'all? And it's like, you didn't do nearly.
You ain't done nothing outside of me.
Oh God. And it's like, and then you want me to come invest 8 hours of my day to
I just had
do
a long text conversation with someone explaining that. Like, bro, build something. And then it may happen. It may exist. It may come to fruition. But it's like you just asking for it. Don't make it happen no sooner than it's supposed to happen. Like build and all of that comes. Yeah. All of that comes naturally.
You can't be reliant on a big name to come and make your platform. You need to make your platform. And then when a big name comes, you build up to. And it's like that's not how it works. Even if a big name came onto a platform, your work ethic will not allow it to go nowhere because that'll be the last time it gets shot. That's the first one. It'll be the last one because you wasn't trying to do no work until I pulled up. It's like, bro, you got to be after it without nobody else around. And then everything else gonna come.
Oh, God. I also want to say thank y'all, too, because, bruh, navigating that day with Marshan was hard as hell. But, like, knowing that y'all was in my corner and had my back and wanted the best for me, y'all didn't steer me wrong in no shape or form. It allowed me to like really bounce back by the end of the day and be like, damn, like this was a good day. It was.
You got to race Marshan after.
Yeah.
And lose.
Yeah.
Nigga had to say it.
Yep, I did. I was gonna lose for sure.
Yeah. I feel like it was a great learning experience, even for somebody like Mally to be there and witness. Like we was talking about it the other day, and he's like, I was, like I was trying to stay out the way, or I didn't really know like what the situation was. And I was telling him after what happened on the bus that one day after the show, I learned from a previous experience to stay out the way because me getting involved make everything worse. Like immediately now everybody like protect T, and it's like, okay, well if I stay out the way, then I'll let them handle it. And then, the only reason I stepped up was to just be like, all right, Splash, you're not. Let me just move you this way. But yeah, I love like witnessing everybody play their role and just be like, we want the best outcome. I don't care how we get there. Let's just get it.
That day changed my life forever. Like the day, not even the clip, the moment. That whole day changed my life forever. Like y'all really have not seen me just get out of character. Not for no goddamn reason. Like, I gotta have a great reason to just be like, tripping, and I don't just be tripping. So it was a great learning experience. It's gonna take a lot for somebody to get me to flip that switch like that again, like even more than it took before, and it takes a lot.
And that's the flow of growth. It's like that's the flow of growth. It's like one day you eat 10 of these, the next day you only eat 8, then the next day it's only 6, then the next day it's 4, then it's down to where it's like, oh no, I don't eat those no more.
Right.
Like I don't. Nigga, I used to eat hot Cheetos every day.
Oh, me.
When I was a young nigga, hot Cheetos every day, you feel me? And that flow slowly changes and grows. That's the status of growth. It's like you're not gonna always win that battle. Sometimes you lose that battle, but it's not by the same amount. I used to come in 10th place. Now I came in 5th. Next time I'm gonna come in 3rd. Next time I'm walking away with a medal.
And you don't know what place you're gonna get in until you race. You never know what place you're gonna get until you race again. So it's like until that situation comes up again, you're not gonna know how you're gonna react or how you're gonna handle it. All you could do is the work to be prepared for the race. Right?
Yeah.
That's all you could do is the work to be prepared for the race. But you never know what that race gonna bring you.
And you never know how well the work prepared you. You might be thinking you doing everything right, and then you get out there and you realize you've been training for the wrong race. It's a marathon, and you was training for a 100-meter. Like that, it's a different training routine, you know. So
and it takes a strong level of discipline to not throw your life away.
For real.
Oh God, that's why I was saying, like, I knew it was gonna go wrong because you didn't even walk up to it with a smile. Like you was looking for something and you got it. And it's like, if you would have walked into it with a smile, you might have been able to laugh because it's like, bruh, can't nothing even get me there. I'm walking up to you with a smile like, bro, what are we doing? Right. But if you not smiling about it, a nigga already got you hooked. And now he just finna reel you in.
And I learned that because he walked up smiling. And you had a whole different... I was like, like watching that was like when your sibling lie on you in front of your parents and you like...
Y'all finna believe
But
her?
if I tell the whole truth... We both finna look crazy, so I just gotta sit there like.
All right. I know how to play it next time.
But it's like even that, those moments for me, I've had so many that it's just been constant work to where now I can walk up to a nigga just smiling because it's like, you feel me? You can recognize things as they are once you know what they really are. Like once you understand, like when you looking at the water from up top, you don't know how deep it is. But once you jump in and you're like, oh nigga, that shit ain't deep. You jump in every time because you understand what you're dealing with, and it's a process. It takes some growth. Malachi, come up, man. Let's just wrap it up with the the good crew gathering.
The good crew I gotta use the bathroom.
It's gonna be quick. Bet 11. Mally, you got a viral clip going again right now. Song out now?
Yep.
Come on. What we got? How did it come about?
Great. I was supposed to be writing with Tyler Lauren that day, but we ended up rescheduling. And me, Shantae, and Simon went to Stockton with DJ Kenzo. And we did one of his truck chronicles, and we just did our song Crush, and it went. And we posted it.
What did you learn from the experience? Like, y'all was going viral and the song wasn't out.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah. I'm learning, like, me and T was talking about it too, like, you don't have to make everything what it's not. You don't have to have a big rollout or a big plan for anything. You could really just put out the music and then put the content out after, because it's like I can make a song like Hood Cry go viral and I plan on it. I feel like with the right stuff, it's going to go again. And it's like, but that song came out when I was 14. And so Crush could have did the same thing. That was made at the top of the year. But I waited. And then, you know, if that song was out,
made at the top of the year.
It was made at the
and
top
it's
of the
like
year.
all of this time, because
It's been a great song the whole
the
time.
content did was just showed you, oh, I had a great song that matched a great visual piece.
Yeah.
It's been a great song the whole time. So this whole time it could have been like, you know, growing and having this motion and making you money and generating. And then this moment happened, and now it's like, now it turns into an algorithmic spike where it leads to other doors, because it was like, oh, this was here and we see the growth, you know, like it changes the trajectory of what could be when it's already in the air.
Exactly.
We was talking, I was telling him, like, if you make a song...
I just had the craziest analogy in my head. I was about to say, it's like walking into a fart. You know, like it's already there. Like as soon as you get in it, you like shit. You know, like it's already happening. Versus if a nigga fart and then walk away, it's late. Like I'm gonna catch it later.
Right.
You feel me? And I might miss it because I might walk away with you and it's like, damn, neither of us got affected. Right?
Like that,
right? Okay, go for it.
I was telling him that when you love a song, like when you make a song and you love it, you could just put it out and then worry about all that shit later, because it's you knew it was great when you loved it.
A good song will do the work by itself.
Bruh, it'll do all the work by itself. And then it's like the more songs that you're putting out that you feel like you love, and then you can see, like you were saying, the algorithm will show you like, oh, yep, I knew that was a great song. That's doing really good. I knew
go
that
shoot.
was.
Go film
and now you
to
can go
that.
shoot, and you're not trying to play catch up like, oh, yeah, by the way, now the song's out, guys. It's like, I been did that work. And now y'all just catching up.
You have data now. You don't have to guess.
You don't have to guess
You can
nothing.
just go do visuals to all of your top ones.
Yep.
And it's like, oh, easy.
But
we
I've
don't have to
been
play the
putting out
guessing
music.
game.
So the people who just love Mally and who just want to support him every time you do a show, every time you do this, and they go and look you up, they're always seeing, oh, he just put out a new song. He just put out this. He just did that. But...
Yasion, we got 5 minutes. Shit. Yasion, come on. T got a pee. Hey, you been putting in work. You been, Yasion been showing up, ready to work, lighting shit, whatever. We end up getting him able to be contracted on this Honda shoot. So he got paid for doing what he was already gonna be with us doing.
On me.
You can't beat that shit.
At all.
How it's been fit. You shot the Saweetie shit. We done got my last few covers, the pictures on our wall. How's it feel to be here from fucking 2019 and see it all coming into fruition? Like, you're really a photographer.
Right? And because of you, I'm a cultural documentarian too. You know,
Not adapt myself.
No, it feel like I sit and think about this often, where I go back to the very beginning and then be like, I'm right here, right now, and then I just think, this shit is so crazy, like all the time. Like I probably said that like 8 times yesterday by myself.
Right.
You know, because I'm walking around a set that like we're here because of you.
Us.
Yeah, and the work that we all collectively have done together over however many years. Like that shit feels great.
Insane.
You know, like I can't even speak on anything else other than that because that's like everything. You know what I mean?
You captured a lot of legendary historic moments. Richie Rich broke his knee,
right?
And it's captured by you, and now he's selling it on merch. Juvenile was in the back here, you know, like it's so many historic moments that existed and happened that people don't understand. Like these are the pictures that we hang on our walls in 20 years. I got a picture of Tupac on my wall that someone took originally.
Right.
That Biggie Small picture, someone took that, you know, and you're creating all the paintings I have is a picture you or Giggs took. You feel me? 30 ball, nigga.
All right.
I love it. Right. Hey, it's been another incredible
episode of Free Game
Friday.
It's not Friday no more.
Nigga,
it's just free game.
Monday. Free game, nigga.
Every day.
You heard me? 30 ball, 30 ball, 30 ball.
Oh, yeah. And we gonna end the set now with...
Huh?
You never know what song is gonna come on because it's a vinyl, nigga. Wave. All right, y'all some assholes. I gotta pee.
Let her wave by herself.
Hey, leave it on. She going to go pee. We can talk shit about her now. So what I don't like about T. Hey, y'all get in, everybody. What we hate about. Hey, we out this bitch.